Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Going in Blind. So today we are doing something really weird because this deck has no backups, but it works. So yeah, I was testing it out against the Palamporum, which seems like a pretty solid deck. It's only 2 colors, it's super focused, and it actually works really well. It doesn't break, and neither does this one. So let's see how this goes. It's actually a 5-color deck and it's 60 cards. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoy it. So first up, we have the 4 Archfiends. We have Rubicante, Barbaricia, Cognazo, and Scarmiglione. And the rest is basically just Golbez. So it's Lightning Archfiends because we're not actually going to be playing anything other than Golbez, and Golbez is gonna take try to get them out, or we're going to sacrifice a Barbaricia to play a Barbaricia, a Rubicante to play a Rubicante. That's the kind of thing. So it's gonna be a 2-for-1 situation for almost all of them, except for Cognazo and Scarmiglione, which is going to be a 1-for-1. So it's kind of like a losing game here. It's kind of like a 1-for-1 here, but we're really trying to, you know, get these guys out where they need to be. We want to get them for free and get 2, get 4, get all of them at the same time on the board, and multiple copies of them too. So they're gonna start defending each other and they're gonna start working super well. So yeah, first things first, we got the 6-cost Rubicante. It's a forward that says if you control a 4 or more fire backups, no backups, never mind, and whenever it's blocked, choose 1 forward an opponent controls and deal it 5,000 damage. Then you can do the special, choose 1 forward, deal it 4,000 damage. Rubicante gets plus 2,000 until the end of turn. Then the next one is going to be a 4-cost. When Rubicante attacks, activate all forwards opponent controls. Okay, I don't know why you do that. Okay. And then name 1 element. Rubicante cannot be chosen by summons or abilities of the named element this turn. That's a special ability. Then we got the last one, which is going to be the 2-cost. When Rubicante is put from the field into the break zone, choose 1 forward. An opponent controls, deal it damage equal to Rubicante's power. And yeah, it also gains 3,000 if you got damage 3. Okay. We got after that the Barbaricia. It's going to be, maybe, is it Barbaricia? Cognazo? Maybe? I don't know. It's basically Italian stuff, right? Scarmiglione. Barbaricia, I guess. Barbaricia. I don't know. When Barbaricia enters the field, choose 1 forward an opponent controls. Until the end of turn, its power becomes 1,000. We also have the 3-cost one, which has a Maelstrom, the special ability. So pitch a card, pitch a Barbaricia, pay 2 wind, tap it, and then deal each forward opponent controls damage equal to its power minus 1,000. That's odd. Okay, and then when this one enters the battlefield, deal 2,000 damage to all the forwards your opponent controls for each job Archfiend forward you control. Amazing. You have 8,000 to everyone. That's amazing. And then at the end of each of your turns, if you control 4 or more job Archfiend forwards, you may search for 1 card named Golbez, play it into the field. Nice. So we get a Golbez with Barbaricia, and then what's going to happen is we're going to get a Golbez that actually searches for forwards themes and that can get them out and then can play them for free and make them buff and look at the top of the deck. I mean, we're gonna start doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so this one's a really good one, and it's also a 1-for-1, same as the Rubicante and this Cognazo. So all good here. So 1-for-1s all around. Then we got to Cognazo. It's going to be the 3-1. If Cognazo receives any damage, it is reduced by 4,000 instead. And when it enters the battlefield, all the forwards opponent controls lose 1,000 for every 2 water characters you control. Huh. So if you have 2 Cognazos, then this Barbaricia is actually going to make them go away. Pretty cool. Board wipe. 2-sided board wipe. Then Cognazo, cost 2 is going to be cannot block forwards forming a party. And when it blocks, dull it. and if it's dull, it cannot receive or deal any damage. This is a wall. That's good. Okay, I like this one. Then we have the other cost to Cognasso, which is whenever a forward other than Cognasso enters your field, place one water counter on Cognasso and remove 3 counters and choose a forward. It loses 8,000 power until the end of turn, or remove 7. All forwards lose 10,000 powers until the end of turn, and it's the opponent controls. Ha, super good. Okay, now let's go to Skarmiglione. So the cost 2 on all of them are yeah, so we're gonna do the 6,000 power one. When it enters the field from the break zone, choose one forward, deal a damage equal to half of Skarmiglione's power, round up to the nearest 1,000. And you can also do a special, and when it is put from the field into the graveyard, return it, and it gains plus 200. Oh, that's why the first one, the first clause, is talking about half the damage instead of just saying 3,000. Okay, so it'll be 4,000 sometimes. Okay, that's pretty cool. We got the other one. It's going to be back attack, and yep, just back attack. And then we got another Skarmiglione here, which is going to be back attack and first strike, and also when a Skarmiglione enters the field, choose one forward. During this turn, it is dealt damage, and if it's dealt damage, double the damage instead. Nice. Our last one is going to be the Scully one. When it enters the field, name one element. Skarmiglione gains double the damage to that element forwards named element instead, and it does not end at the end of turn. And also you can sacrifice to choose 2 forwards, deal them 4,000 damage. If you have received 5 points of damage though, it'll be 7,000 instead. Nice. So those are the 4 Archfiends in every single version. There's a playset for each one of them. We're all good to go. Let's now talk about the Golbez and how we can actually get these guys out. So we have this cute little Golbez. That's the face of the deck right there. And look at that. Look at that pixelated art. Repixelated, is it? Yeah, I think so. So yeah, repixelated art is going to be saying the cost to play Golbez onto the battlefield is reduced by 2 for each job Archfiend of different name put into your break zone. So if these guys are dying, this guy gets out for free. And then he says when he attacks, select one of the following. Either choose a forward and dull it, deal all forwards an opponent controls 3,000 damage, or choose one job Archfiend from your break zone and add it to your hand. So graveyard recursion to the thing that is actually getting him a lower cost. That's really good stuff. We also have another cost, a Golbez, saying the cost required to play Golbez on the field is reduced by 1 for every 5 cards in your break zone. Nice. So we'll be pitching a lot to play these. That means there's gonna be a lot of cards that help out lower the cost here. Then when it enters the battlefield, choose one forward, cost 5 or less in the break zone, and add it to your hand. Another graveyard recursion. But you can see the pattern going on here, right? Finally, we have this Golbez. It says when it is put into the field from the break zone, from the field into the break zone, you may search for up to 4 forwards, cost 2. Yes, sir. Each of a different element. Yes, sir. And play them onto the field, and their auto abilities will not trigger. No auto abilities, but still a lot of names. So you can get that Cognasso, you can get the Barbarizia, you can get the Skarmiglione you want, and last but not least, that Rubicante. Okay, so yeah, that's how that Golbez is gonna work. It's gonna cheat out stuff. Nice. So now we have the 5 mana Golbez, 5 cost for CP. Don't kill me, please. And it taps, paying a lightning, and reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a forward, play it onto the field. So this is also a cheaty phase, and you can only use this ability during your turn. That's okay. Then you can do a special for 2 lightning and a pitch. Choose one forward, deal it 9,000 damage. You may discard 1 card named Golbez. If you do so, use your special ability without paying the cost. Oh, do it again. Okay, so 2 for 1. Nice. Then we got the 4 cost Golbez with Warp, and with Warp 4. It says when a Warp counter is removed from Golbez, you may play a job Archfiend from your hand onto the field. Nice. And then when you do so, draw 1 card. Amazing. This effect will trigger only if Golbez is removed from the game. Okay, so we want to warp that Golbez out, huh? We really want to. And then when it finally gets there, it says all Archfiend forwards you control gain 3000 power. That's super good. I like this Golbus a lot. It's different, but I like them all. So we got this Golbus that's actually dark, and it's a Warlock like all the other ones are, but it's the city. It's shiny. I can see it well. Let me read it. You may reduce the cost required to cast Golbus by 2. If you do so, then Golbus, when Golbus enters the field, put it into the break zone. Okay. So when it enters the field, do one of the two. Choose one forward and break it, so it's removal, or 4 cost removal, or choose one character other than light or dark in your break zone and add it to your hand. Okay, so 4 cost recursion, or 6 cost for both of them, I guess. No, 6 cost still for one of them, but the 9000 beat stick remains. Pretty small detail there, right? And then we got the Water Golbus, which says at the beginning of your attack phase during each of your turns, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a forward of cost 3 or less, you may play it onto the battlefield. So we want this Golbus, we want this Golbus, we want this Golbus, we want this Golbus. We want them all to come out with Barbarizia. But they can pay for each other because you can just sacrifice them because they're all lightning. This Golbus cannot unless you sacrifice for a Cagnasso and 2 other cards because it's a 5 cost with no down cost ability. So Barbarizia really wants this guy. Really wants this guy. And this guy is 6 cost. The others are going to either down cost themselves or come for a lower, for a later turn with an added bonus. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this deck. There are no backups, there are no summons, there are no monsters. It's just forwards. It's just beat 6 and the Archfiends and the Warlocks. It's a pretty radical deck for a 60 card to actually have all 5 colors so well represented and so evenly matched and distributed. That sounds like craziness, but hey, I'm telling you, against Palamporon, it works. But then again, we're going in blind, so we don't really know the meta. So let me know what you guys think, and check out the other going in blind videos so that you know a little bit more of what we're talking about, because not everything is as it seems. And yeah, we don't know many of the rules, but yeah, we do know some things, like what it means to attack, what it means to defend, having a playset means 3, what the restrictions of the game are. We know some of those, not every rule, but yeah, this is really going in blind, and just, you know, these cards are not worth much more than pennies. So it's, you know, no harm, no foul. I didn't lose much money on these. I really enjoyed making the decks, even though I don't know how to play the game. So we'll see how it turns out. And if it doesn't turn out well, I had fun building it. So that's more than enough. But yeah, comment which one is your favorite Archfiend and which one is your favorite Golbus, because they're all pretty rad. Yeah, comment that, like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.